Salut à tous, c'est Goldo. Mes plus plates excuses pour ce matin. Duty Call, la famille qui avait besoin de moi. Et voilà, ça explique pourquoi ce matin. Ça a été très très court. J'en profite pour envoyer toute ma force à toutes les personnes qui galèrent dans la maladie, dans le handicap, ou tout simplement dans leur vie. Voilà, j'espère que pour vous, que vous traverserez ça et que ça ira mieux. Let's go. Et c'est vrai que j'étais en train, on n'a vraiment rien fait ce matin, j'étais en train de faire les missions annexes.
Thank you for the kind words, truly. But I'm sorry. I'm still. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death. And even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physica to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Curse breakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never wanted volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Ok. Une boîte aux lettres. Allez. On va aller voir ce qu'il y a dans la boîte aux lettres. En vrai, j'ai jamais remarqué qu'il y avait une boîte aux lettres. Ou alors je ne m'en souviens plus, ce qui est possible aussi. Ah mais si, la boîte aux lettres, elle est dans son bureau. Ça me revient. Oh putain. Ok, il y en a plein. Merci de m'avoir secouru, Rosalie. Sans toi et les autres, je ne serais plus de ce monde à l'heure qu'il est. La cité nous a vu grandir, n'est plus que ruine, et la revoir dans cet état m'a profondément attristé. Toutefois, quand je ferme les yeux, sa splendeur d'antan s'offre encore à moi. Et je compte bien chérir ce souvenir, afin qu'il ne s'étiole pas et vive à jamais dans mon cœur. Je sais cependant que mes regrets n'aideront pas ton repère à aller de l'avant, je dois me concentrer sur l'aide que je peux vous apporter, et puis, je sais que tout ira bien, avec toi à mes côtés. Je me sens toujours pousser des ailes. Est-ce que c'est Gilles, la signature en dessous, là? Ah bah ouais, en même temps, c'est marqué, hein. Ok. Eh ouais, elle était trop loin pour lui dire ça de vive voix. Salut Clive, les Dalmerques encerclent le Dominion tenu par les impériaux, mais à part se regarder en chien de faïence, les deux armées ne se font pas grand chose. À mon avis, ce conflit risque de s'éterniser. Ok Gab. Oh oui, Wade, c'est celui avec la hache. Jamais je n'aurais pensé avoir la chance de vous revoir en Rosalia tant d'années après la tragédie du Fort Phoenix. J'aurais tant aimé que le regretté Tyler ait été à mes côtés lors de nos retrouvailles. Quoi qu'il en soit, sachez que nous sommes gardiens de l'étincelle, que nous autres, gardiens de l'étincelle, nous sommes plus que jamais disposés à vous aider dans votre lutte. Combattre pour vous est un honneur, bon sire. Otto, les pommes c'est la vie. Tu ne devineras jamais qui m'a rendu visite. Cormac du jardinet est un panier de pommes de Marielle. Ouais, c'est bon les gars, on s'en fout des pommes. Mangez des pommes, spécial dédicace à Chirac. Mon très cher heureuse que tu aies retrouvé Ambroisie. Je me souviens que tu m'avais raconté combien elle t'avait là. J'ai entendu dire que même après ces événements, elle avait continué à défendre la vaillance, même si le nom le bon, sérieusement, mais il t'envoie des lettres. Oh, tu peux pas me dire ça de vive voix? Genre, on dirait deux personnes qui vivent dans la même maison mais qui s'envoient des SMS, quoi. Ah, mais ça a gardé la zik que j'avais choisie, d'ailleurs. C'est toujours cette zik un peu grave plutôt que la zik un peu cool.
It's just one thing after another around here. Lid's moved into the storeroom.
Oh, Maeve knows how.
Le repère de Clive, voilà. Voilà. Allez, un peu de légèreté quand même.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Alors?
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
Qu'est-ce qu'il fout là?
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Pourquoi Olivier c'est devenu Octavien? N'importe quoi.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
La teinture derrière, elle est magnifique.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. MacGregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
Ces passages-là me font vraiment penser à Game of Thrones, The Witcher, etc. C'est vraiment cette ambiance-là. Il n'y a rien à faire là? Non. Allez. Attends, il y a encore une lettre là? Ah non, c'est pas une lettre, ça c'est les chroniques. On s'en fout les chroniques.
My dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you? 2,000?
Oh quoi, ça veut dire que c'est bon, ça y est, je suis riche là?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning. As if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop,
Rien de nouveau. Parfait.
With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's.
You're not going in there alone.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy them. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her
Who is she?
an old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe...
Thanks.
So, what...
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Oui, attends, je vais juste aller voir parce que elle avait fait une robe.
Gentleman friend, Clive. Something in the way he dresses tells me he isn't an escaped bearer.
Elle avait fait une robe pour Jill et du coup, je l'ai jamais vue cette robe. Alors je sais pas. C'est pas comme si on avait eu un message genre il est fait ou quoi, ou si c'est pour la NG+. Et c'est pas genre c'est pareil, il y en a pas dans les objets, ouais, je sais pas, ce truc là, c'est étonnant. Quel intérêt de me faire patienter ad vitam pour un costume sérieux quoi. Bon allez, avançons dans l'histoire.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to...
We shall.
Allez, direction le désert. Ah mais Jill est pas venu du coup. Pourquoi?
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
L'énigme des sables, ok. Ok. Bah ça a l'air grand.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Oh, mais arrête de voler. Bon, il est mort. Salut. Ça va, Darkong? Bah écoute, ça va. Hop. Ah, il a disparu l'autre. Il en reste un? Ah, il est là-bas.
It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Les chocobos, ils attaquent pas. Et non, écoute, je viens d'arriver dans le désert là, et en gros, j'étais en train de tester un peu les monstres qui traînaient, des mecs que j'avais, enfin des monstres que j'avais jamais vus, des espèces de trucs qui volent là. Et puis bah il y avait des scorpions à côté, mais en fait je viens d'arriver dans cette zone, tu vois, c'est une toute nouvelle zone, j'ai encore rien découvert. Et du coup, bah voilà, j'avais envie un peu de tester les monstres. Mais là, en fait, non, je suis en train de suivre le scénario parce que j'ai fait tout ce qu'il y avait à faire en annexe pour l'instant. Du coup, j'avance maintenant. Ok, je pensais que c'était là, mais non, en fait, c'est pas là, ça continue après. Alors, je suis entièrement d'accord avec toi. les quêtes annexes sont absolument pas intéressantes. Parfois, si, parce que ça permet un peu de rentrer dans le détail de la condition des marqués. Des esclaves, je sais plus comment ils le disent en français, mais des fois c'est absolument pas intéressant. Mais je pense même que l'équipe le savait, parce que vu que tu peux te TP directement là où tu fais la mission et tu te re-TP derrière au camp, je pense que même eux ils se sont rendus compte en fait que leurs missions annexes elles étaient chiantes. Après, c'est ce que j'ai souvent dit dans les lives. C'est que je pense que ce jeu, c'est la tentative de Square de faire un jeu Sony, c'est-à-dire de faire un jeu qui se rapproche plus de God of War ou Last of Us qu'un Final Fantasy classique. Et que comme les premiers, pour moi, c'est un premier, tu vois, et je le trouve sympa, j'aime bien l'univers, je trouve que les combats sont un peu chiants, c'est toujours la même chose, ça me fatigue un peu. Contrairement à God of War par exemple, où les combats ils sont certes toujours la même chose, mais plus variés que celui-là. Je sais pas comment expliquer. Mais que espérons que à l'avenir ils vont peaufiner ça et que les suivants seront mieux, tu vois. En tout cas, j'aime beaucoup l'univers. L'univers est super. Le lore est intéressant. Après, je regrette un peu des combats un peu plus intéressants quand même. J'aurais préféré qu'ils gardent des combats à la FF Remake, tu vois. FF7 Remake, les combats, ça restait du tour par tour, même si c'était un mi-chemin entre les deux. Et je trouvais ça plus intéressant que là, où au final, une fois que t'as tes combos, bah tu fais toujours les mêmes choses en fait. C'est toujours le même combo, tu frappes à mort avec carré, tu te TP avec rond, et puis de temps en temps, tu changes un peu avec L2 en fonction des attaques, mais bon, franchement, c'est pas extraordinaire quoi. Dommage. Espérons mieux pour la suite.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Ah! Putain, il y a Joshua.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Ça expliquerait pourquoi on n'a pas de Jill dans l'équipe. Est-ce qu'on va récupérer Joshua maintenant? Ce serait cool.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then. Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Mais il est con son oncle, c'est pas possible.
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads. We've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
Les chuchotements sont tellement mal faits, ça me prend la tête. Sérieux, quoi. Le petit bouffe, il a trop faim.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Allez, c'est parti. Allez, les mecs, regarde. Ah, je peux pas. What? Ok, bon, j'ai compris, je peux pas. C'est parti. Bon, en même temps, si je fais ça, je vais détruire la pauvre maison, mais... Ah bah là, je peux. Bah pourquoi je pouvais pas alors tout à l'heure? Ou alors je me gourde dans les boutons, peut-être, remarque. Pourtant... Ah bah ouais, mais pourquoi je pouvais pas tout à l'heure? J'ai pas du tout intérêt, j'ai tout défoncé. Non, tu rêves toi? Ah mais non, mais vas-y, mais tape l'autre là, c'est quoi ce délire? Allez, lèche-les un peu. C'est lui qui me tape là. Oh, encore? Non. C'est comme utiliser un lance-flamme pour tuer une fourmi quoi. Allô, t'as des soucis?
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Est-ce qu'il sait que c'est son frère?
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Sérieux, ils vont nous faire ça? Genre, ils sont dans le même établissement, mais ils vont pas se voir? Ok. Ah!
Clive?
Trop tard, mon gars, trop tard!
What is it now?
My brother is alive. Ah bah non. C'est un grand secret, mon gars. Un grand secret. Des fois, dans leur non-dit, les Japonais, ils me fatiguent.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves.
Les couleurs sont super belles, hein.
We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Allez, c'est parti.
Plates and pots, bowls and basins.
Ok. Est-ce qu'il y a... Ouais, il peut l'air. Le truc, c'est que dans ce jeu, en fait, tu sais quand il y a des trucs cachés, donc ça te pousse pas à l'exploration, quoi.
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so hard?
Happy to show you.
Ah, la discussion, quoi.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Tes bras sont comme du fer. Est-ce que tous tes muscles sont aussi durs? Les compagnons des nuits torrides donnent vigueur et endurance aux dames comme aux messieurs. 100% pure chair de pampa importée des continents extérieurs.
I need to drink. Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
Ils sont chauds dans cette ville.
Why is the tavern shut?
What was all that crashing and banging about?
My carpet.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Needed to a silken softness, like eating a cloud.
Un pintante qui voudra faire fondre de bonheur, ok. Chaque fois que je vois un truc brillant, j'ai l'impression qu'il y a un truc caché, mais en fait, c'est comme ils utilisent la magie. Je me fais avoir systématiquement, quoi.
Ah, they've closed the road. It's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Désolé, je réponds juste à un message vite fait. Let's go. Du coup, j'ai pas vraiment suivi. Ici, en fait, ils sont à la recherche de la meuf qui décide et que du coup, éventuellement, va nous épée de platine. Elle est plus pourrie que la nôtre. Ça aussi. Bracelet, chasseur d'Almec.
Go with Gilbert.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your homes.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses on Isolda. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Ouais.
You wouldn't happen to know
Je sais pas, écoute, le 15 était pas terrible. Même le monde ouvert du 15 c'était bof quoi. Parce que là concrètement, tu vois, regarde, le monde il est fermé, mais ça ressemble beaucoup à ce qui se fait sur Last of Us ou God of War en fait. Ouais. Bah ouais. On aurait éventuellement. En fait, je pense que ce qui est regrettable dans le jeu, c'est qu'il n'y a pas d'exploration. Ou du moins l'exploration sert à rien. Et c'est un peu regrettable, ouais, effectivement. Et en même temps, j'ai tellement râlé sur God of War le fait que tu reviennes dans des trucs que t'as déjà vus juste pour aller chercher un ou deux objets ou parce qu'il y a une mission à faire, etc. Je sais pas, en fait. En vrai, je sais pas. Ça me va bien de faire le TP. Au final, je trouve que moi, j'ai beaucoup râlé, tu sais, sur les jeux où plutôt que de faire des longs scénarios, ils te font un scénar, allez, de 15 heures, et puis derrière, ils te font que des missions annexes pour faire durer le jeu, tu vois. Là, ils ont fait des missions annexes qui sont pourries, ils le savent. Ils disent que c'est 40 heures de jeu pour finir le scénar principal. Bah écoute, si j'ai 40 heures de scénar principal, ça me va en fait. J'ai envie de te dire, c'est pas mal 40 heures pour un jeu. D'autant plus que j'ai l'impression que la mode est au jeu court, puisque ça a gueulé contre l'Assassin's Creed par exemple, qui était trop long, etc. Alors le Mirage va être beaucoup plus court. Finalement, tu vois, je sais pas. Un monde ouvert, oui, mais quand il y a des choses à faire, quoi. Voici, c'est pour nous mettre un semi-monde ouvert avec que des missions annexes de merde, FedEx, type, oh là là, il me faut des plantes pour faire des médicaments, tu t'arrives dans le monde, donc tu vas mettre, si tu te TP pas, tu vas mettre 10 minutes de marche à aller jusque là où tu dois aller, tu vas battre 3 mecs, ou 3 monstres, récupérer tes herbes, et tu vas remettre 10 minutes à marcher pour retourner à la base pour lui filer ses herbes. Je t'avoue que moi je suis pas chaud là-dessus. Hein.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina
Ever heard of her?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait.
Oh, un bon forgeron, je prends.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
J'aimerais bien pouvoir choisir, tu vois, moi je regrette par contre, les armes elles changent, ça c'est bien. Après je trouve ça un peu con que chaque fois que tu forges une arme, améliorée je veux dire, en fait juste après tu gagnes une arme... Ouais tout à fait, mais je suis d'accord avec toi Darkong là-dessus. Donc je disais par rapport aux armes, tu vois, je sais pas si t'as remarqué, mais je trouve que tu vois, là, j'ai l'arme forgée par rapport à la pierre, par rapport à Titan. Et en fait, je venais de forger l'arme à Mithril, tu vois. Et genre, donc je venais d'acheter l'arme de Mithril, l'épée de Mithril, de l'améliorer à fond. Mais genre, j'ai fait quoi, une mission annexe, je suis revenu, je pouvais faire celle-là. Ça m'a un peu saoulé, en fait. Et j'aimerais bien aussi qu'on puisse modifier l'armure. Alors certes, elle est cool, mais en vrai, j'aimerais bien avoir le choix, tu vois. Ou la faire évoluer, peut-être, je sais pas. Alors après, j'ai pas fini le jeu, peut-être que ça va être le cas plus tard. Mais ouais, j'aurais bien aimé, tu vois. Donc en fait, t'as l'impression que forger les armes, ça sert à rien, en fait.
A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Ouais, c'est clair.
Let's go and find out exactly what this further knows.
Allez, il faut aller là-dedans. Ils ont dit que c'était... Donc ça, c'est le marchand de pain, non? Ah non, c'est le forgeron. Faut trouver un forgeron.
Excuse me. Are you further?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Je sais pas si t'as vu les lives que j'ai fait avant, mais il y a un truc qui me choque dans le jeu, c'est la différence entre le doublage en anglais. Ouais, c'est vrai, t'as raison. C'est vrai, j'avais oublié, mais effectivement. Bah là, t'as pas d'activité, en tout cas pour l'instant. Il n'y a pas d'activité annexe à faire vraiment. Le monde n'est pas mis à disposition pour l'exploration ou pour autre chose que finalement le scénario. Carrément. Et c'est vrai que c'est un peu dommage. Et je te disais, tu vois, je sais pas si tu comprends l'anglais, mais la différence de ton entre l'anglais et le français, c'est un truc de malade. Enfin, des fois, les phrases, ça n'a rien à voir. C'est un truc de fou. Et en fait, j'ai appris que le jeu avait été doublé en anglais de base, et qu'en fait, il avait été traduit en japonais. Et ensuite, le français vient du japonais. Bah tu vois, c'est dommage parce que c'est en fait, c'est vachement plus agressif en anglais en fait. Si tu sens le mec qui a pas envie d'y passer du temps dans le combat là. Ça m'amuse. Dans un petit truc comme ça, c'est toujours marrant. Ça. Hop, je vais leur tirer dessus. Ah merde, je me suis gouré de boutons, sans déconner, je me suis fait toucher, je rêve. Et il y a aussi, du coup, tu vois, le jeu est super facile. Alors après, c'est facile de dire ça, j'aurais pu mettre le jeu en difficile, tu vois. Mais là, je suis en normal, il est hyper simple. C'est hyper simple. Alors après, je pense... Alors, bon, j'ai un peu triché, hein. J'ai mis l'amulette pour augmenter le temps pour les contres. Mais à part ça, non. À part ça, j'ai mis le chien en automatique et c'est tout, quoi. Et tu vois, un truc qui m'a saoulé aussi, c'est que tout le côté... Attends, je vais suivre un peu le scénario. Ouais, mais ce qui sous-entend que faut refaire le jeu, tu vois. Je vais juste mettre pause le temps de dire ça. Tu vois ce que je regarde dans les combats, c'est que t'as plus les éléments. Tu vois, dans n'importe quel FF, si t'as un monstre de feu en face, si tu utilises le feu contre lui, tu lui remets de la vie. Ou si t'as un monstre de glace et que tu utilises la glace contre lui, tu lui remets de la vie. Ou inversement. C'est-à-dire, en gros, t'as un monstre de feu, si tu utilises la glace dessus, tu vas lui faire plus mal. Là, en fait, ça change rien. Mais ouais, carrément. C'est dommage, parce que du coup, c'est tout un aspect RPG qui a complètement disparu. Alors que ça, pour le coup, quand tu le prends dans un God of War, ça existe encore, tu vois. Donc, ils auraient très bien pu le faire s'ils avaient voulu. Alors après, je peux comprendre. Quoi qu'il arrive, il utilise les flammes, t'as quasiment tout le gameplay qui est autour de ça, etc. Donc c'est sûr que ça aurait été compliqué de faire en sorte que si tu tombes contre un monstre bah ouais, c'est clairement dommage. Mais en même temps, ça peut se comprendre parce que du coup, bah, quasiment tous tes coups c'est des flammes. Donc alors à moins, et là du coup, on en revient à ce que je disais tout à l'heure par rapport à FF7 Remake, il lui fallu nous permettre de changer de perso. Donc si quand t'as des monstres de flammes, tu peux pas utiliser ton perso principal, tu peux pas utiliser Clive parce que lui utilise que le feu, bah dans ce cas-là, laissez-nous jouer avec Jill alors. Tu vois ? Et là, je trouve que le jeu, il aurait été un peu plus intéressant parce que tu rajoutais un côté un peu plus stratégique au combat. Parce que là, en gros, c'est ultra bourrin, quoi.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
To the Lock of Leisure. Au quartier des plaisirs.
Light meat and dark. Fresh from the
It would make
the finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
Pour changer, j'ai l'impression que l'oncle, c'est une catastrophe.
Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
T'as envie de le gifler déjà.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we? Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
Donc tu vois là par exemple, en français il dit t'as l'esprit commercial. En anglais il lui dit je t'aime bien, j'aime bien celui-là, il est prêt à faire n'importe quoi pour avoir ce qu'il veut. Ça n'a rien à voir avec ce qu'il dit en français du coup. Enfin, l'idée est la même, mais c'est absolument pas tourné pareil.
Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would
Non,
seek
carrément.
assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
Et ça, ils te mettent ça en quête annexe, tu sais. De toute façon, t'es obligé de la faire, quoi. Alors, 24, 28... On va commencer par celui-là.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank
Ben... 40, 34. Bon, là, celui-là, il est plus près.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
Non. Non, non, il n'y a pas de sous-entendu du tout.
not a soldier.
Be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
Alors tu vois, là, c'est pareil. En français, elle lui dit va-t'en ou tu me fais perdre mon temps, ou un truc comme ça, parce que j'ai pas vraiment lu. Et en anglais, elle lui explique que comme elle travaille avec les soldats, etc., en gros, elle lui dit va-t'en avant que tu leur fasses peur ou que tu les éloignes. Donc l'idée est la même, mais c'est pas dit du tout de la même manière. Elle est beaucoup plus trash, quoi, en anglais. Enfin, ça, c'est vraiment mon grand regret, quoi. Qu'ils aient pas gardé ce côté plus adulte, plus acerbe de la traduction anglaise, quoi.
Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves.
Salut, bienvenue.
Meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. They'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Ouais, elle est où la taverne? Ah, j'étais pas loin, putain.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture.
Ça va, on a tout payé, quoi.
Haven't you caused enough trouble? Or...
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Darkong, tu l'as fini le jeu?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with. should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so.
Non mais lui quoi, c'est tellement abusé les thunes qu'il dépense le gars quoi.
That's enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Ah bah c'est clair que ça va mal tourner de toute façon.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Est-ce qu'on peut passer par là? Non, là c'était le truc du pêcheur, il faut passer par les portes là, mais ils vont pas nous laisser passer si?
Light it for Gilbert's sake. How's a trader expected to make a living if they
Bonjour.
is closed by order of Lord Kupka?
Bah ouais, ok. Est-ce qu'on peut passer par là?
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
Allez, let's go. Donc j'imagine qu'il faut sortir par le nord et faire le tour.
Silver platters, plates and pots.
Do you think they'll be back soon?
Needed.
Light neat and dark,
soft.
fresh from the grill. My carpets have pride of place.
Est-ce qu'on peut seulement faire le tour hein? Bah là non. Ah non mais j'ai l'impression que c'est pas possible. Hein. Comment on fait pour passer là? Ah ouais mais regarde ça, on peut pas. Ok. Je m'attendais pas à ça. Donc là on peut pas sortir. Ah attends, porte du désert. putain. C'était tout con.
Let's go.
C'est loin, les gars.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Hop, 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 allez hop, on attaque, c'est parti. Ta ta ta. Bonjour. Oh. Ah non, il y en a un qui leur met de la vie. Putain, il est où le magicien là? Viens là toi. Voilà, c'est fini la vie. Oh, mais il est de l'autre côté carrément. Nouveaux ennemis en approche. Ok. Bienvenue. Je suis trompé de bouton. Bon.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best. How long have you been watching? Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking Crystalsmen for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
One moment later.
I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs.
L'autre,
You still have the purse
il dégage
I
tout
gave
ce
the
fric.
soldiers, I trust. I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard. Here, wear this.
Il l'appelle quand même Barbe Grise. Traduit par vieil homme, bien entendu.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Umia Lostelan. Tuisa Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Ça n'a rien à voir.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Oh, des missions annexes. 2. Ben, il en a plein de trucs à parler, lui. Pourquoi il a 3 bulles comme ça? Ah oui.
How very fitting.
Ceux qui alimentaient ce trafic de cristaux bénéficient de la protection de l'Alliance formée par la publicité d'Almeki Valud. C'est du propre. À cause de lui, il y a eu de moins en moins de cristaux de circulation sur le marché légal. Certains vendeurs honnêtes, qui jusque-là faisaient tourner leurs affaires sans problème, se sont retrouvés au bord de la faillite. Heureusement que tu t'es occupé des trafiquants et de regarder la paix maintenant. Tant que les cristaux existeront dans ce monde, il y aura toujours des salauds pour se faire de l'argent aux dépens des autres. En revanche, si tu détruis tous les cristaux merdes, ce genre de choses ne devrait plus se produire. À croire Arkina en supprimant l'argent facile que mes cristalités. Ok. Dalimil est depuis très longtemps réputée pour être une véritable oasis au milieu du désert. De tout temps, voyageurs et commerçants de passage ont loué son eau rafraîchissante afin que sa source d'eau chaude leur permette de se relaxer au terme. Jadis, celui qui régnait sur la région décidait d'en faire un véritable relais pour faciliter les traversées jusqu'à Crodrak. C'est trop dur à dire ça. En y voyant l'occasion de s'enrichir, de nouveaux négociants décidèrent de s'y installer. Bientôt, l'afflux soudain de nouveaux habitants, avides d'argent, fit de cet endroit autrement tranquille l'agglomération la plus bruyante et la plus agitée de la Dalmékie. C'était un lieu de liberté où l'on contournait volontiers les lois promulguées dans la lointaine capitale. Du moins jusqu'à ce que Hugo Kapka installe son château à Crodrak. Bref, ici. On vit alors une foule d'hommes en armes apparaître dans les rues de Dalimil. Ces guerriers abusaient de leur pouvoir et les habitants subissaient violences et extorsions de leur part. Néanmoins, la vie ici demeurait encore très supportable pour les Dalimilois. Il faut dire que ce sont des gens qui ont le cuir tanné avec un climat pareil. Tu ne te doutais pas que Ruzena Dalimil, alias l'oreille du désert, c'était moi. Précisons d'abord que je ne suis que le successeur de Ruzena Dalimil, et c'est elle qui a hérité son titre. C'était une femme épatante, et je veux pour preuve qu'après avoir recueilli l'orphelin chapardeur que j'étais, elle a eu la patience de m'apprendre le métier de la forge. Entre nous, je la pensais immortelle, mais un jour elle a été enlevée, et depuis... Ah mais elle doit être vivante encore. J'ai l'impression de ne rien faire d'autre que de l'imiter. Je m'occupe des orphelins, je tisse son titre, je travaille comme forgeron, et en fait je crois que j'essaie juste de me hisser à son niveau. Oh, je ne m'attendais pas à hériter de toi. Je plaisante, je suis heureux de t'avoir rencontré, et je compte bien te garder comme compagnon. Ok.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind.
I could give you a hand if I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs all the capable...
I'd be a fool.
So?
Good question. If I'm honest. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalimil.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's... We need information.
You're right. Now, who to... There's plenty of folk in Dalimil who... There's the butcher, of course, and any number of... They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their... Right. I think we have a... I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the...
All right.
Let's hope there's someone...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
On va prendre la deuxième mission. Oh là, il y en a une autre là. Il y a combien de missions hein? Oui, non, ça, il faut parler à la bouchère, ça.
Welcome, sir. What can I do?
Question. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem. But sinew, dull. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've...
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. And second, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source, but I can't go and investigate. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you've...
All right.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of these baths, are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Alors, lui c'est ok, mais ça doit être loin. Donc on va d'abord faire l'histoire des couteaux là. Une mission impossible. Interroger les artisans de Dalimil. Inspecter les terrasses. Ok, donc c'est bien ça.
This stoneware, won't you? Sweet inside. Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Oui, hein, par contre c'est carrément de l'autre côté.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife?
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you.
Well, business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Just look at the teeth. Plates and pots.
My carpets have pride and place.
So, you learn anything useful, or...?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs his knives too heavy, and they do...
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his... That can't be right. I've bandied enough words with him. No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The trouble is, it's either meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells... I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Bon, c'est une histoire de matériaux, mais ils ont qu'à utiliser d'autres matériaux en fait. Moi je dis ça, je dis rien. Hein. Ah carrément, il est loin lui, ok. Bon, pause, je laisse tourner.
luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
A limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just...
Good girl. That'll do, girl.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Silver platters, hanging lanterns,
Finally, we'll be in.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
T'es sérieux là?
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil.
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Luke.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of... What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? Hmm? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable, but only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an
I will. What would you do if...
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are in...
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Masters. The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do. Meaning,
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
And when I do, I'll craft you.
Ouais, c'était passionnant. Allez, on se casse.
The finest fabric.
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Sweet incense.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Cool. Bah, il est où? Il est là.
Come on.
What the hell are those things?
comment on fait pour y aller là?
You deserve a rest.
Ok, il fallait aller juste là pour buter les monstres.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Allez, on va tuer les flammes avec des flammes. Et maintenant, on va les attiser avec du vent. Parce que c'est hyper logique. Vas-y, on va se calmer là. Attends, comment je fais pour l'utiliser? C'est pas ça? Ouais, c'est ça. Voilà. Ah merde, je peux le faire qu'une fois d'affilée. Il va exploser lui. Non, c'est bon. Bon, c'est pas pratique ça. Voilà, allez, reste plus que l'autre là.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Bon, on va se taper là-bas. Ouais, c'est à mi-chemin, ça ira plus vite.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest.
There he is. Won't you, man? I was hoping we'd be seeing you. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be...
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this.
Not what I expected, that's for some.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to...
Bon, allez, on avance enfin.
We should get going soon.
What do you want? Directions?
Ready, go?
Yeah!
J'aime bien le fait que quand t'arrives dans cette zone, c'est la même zik mais en remix en fait. Pas la même zik que la ville, hein, j'entends.
Thanks, girl.
Broken down, you say? From the weight of its load?
Get that damned wagon fixed. Unless you'd rather our men in Dalamil...
Bon, c'est juste histoire de dire que le chemin est bloqué, c'est ça? Ouais.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
C'est beau. Pas aussi beau qu'Uncharted 4, mais c'est beau.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert, you'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive.
for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, bye-bye.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Ok, pourquoi Jill n'est pas avec nous? Je retourne au repère, je vais juste vérifier ça. Parce que j'ai dû rater un épisode. J'ai pas compris pourquoi elle était pas avec nous. Elle est où d'ailleurs? Ah, il y a des nouveaux monstres dispo.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this.
On a quasiment fini la liste, ça?
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Alors, il y en a deux. Province et arrosée à la falaise des Hauberaux. Je vais juste prendre ça en photo. Ça m'évite de revenir. Hop. Et le deuxième. Désert. Ok. Après, j'aimerais bien y aller avec quelqu'un, là, parce que tout seul, pas ça à grand chose. Je vais aller voir les lettres. Ok, elle parle pas, j'ai sauté à la place. C'est qui fabrique des trucs, ça?
What do you want? And?
Non. On va s'aider. Donne-moi pardonner madame, je t'ai mis à l'épreuve, il faut que tu comprennes que donc t'es que moi je suis national. En revanche, je m'enchaîne jamais, enfin tu vas pas. Vous en règle, considère donc que je suis disposé à t'aider car tu m'aideras en retour. Salut. Ok. Où est Jill? À l'infirmerie? Elle est là!
I'm fine, Clive, really. I just need some rest.
Ok. Eh ben reste ma grande, reste. Alors, map monde. J'irai faire les monstres quand je serai pas tout seul. Pas que je peux pas les faire tout seul, mais bon, ça ira plus vite avec quelqu'un pour m'accompagner.
What have they stored? What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Là, c'était mal fait cette scène, mais bon.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human.
Ah, c'est comme ça qu'elle a pu se transformer. Ou il lui raconte des conneries. Il a un peu trop pété les plombs, lui. Il avait la tête sur les épaules. Je trouve que c'est bizarre qu'il parte en vrille à ce point, quoi.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Ok. C'est quoi, des orques? Bingo.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
On a le droit de se faire opérer?
Part of the Waluda army now. How the hell did that happen?
Ah bah, ça servait à rien. Hein. Bon, ça va. Ok, ils sont pas forts. Il y a rien à récupérer ici? Non.
Taken over the entire mine.
Oh merde.
So much for the men of the rock. Dalmekia's finest.
Pa 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 pa. Ouch! Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait là? Il a rien vu. Bah, faut passer par où? Ah, ok.
Animals. You should never have left Ash.
Voilà, un petit finish là. Ouh. Mais non, mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? Tu peux pas le contrer, lui. Bon, lui, il est mort. Ah oui, maintenant. Ok, les gars. On va se calmer, hein. Tu as cru, toi? Voilà. Ok, par où? Ok, il faut ouvrir la porte là-bas, très bien. Y'a rien là. Équipement, j'ai bien envie de changer. Je suis pas fan de ça. Là. Je suis pas fan des coups de titan. On va remettre à nous. Si jamais j'en ai besoin, je changerai à ce moment-là.
This must be the way out.
Il est mort? Non? Oh là, il est gros lui. Oh. Mais le gars se téléporte carrément. Non, ça, oui. Mais non. Mais non, je pensais que... Oh, recule. Ah putain, je suis con, je suis resté dedans, quoi. Pourquoi ça n'a pas chargé? Allez. Ah, c'est pas terrible. En même temps, j'avais plus de trucs. Non, recule. Ben voilà. Impeccable. Par où maintenant? Ok, derrière. Bah, on va aller voir là-bas s'il y a un truc à récup. Ou si c'est juste pour le décorum. Nice.
By the flames. Come on, Torgal.
By the flames.
Coca never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Let the trial begin.
Ce qui n'a absolument rien à voir avec ce qu'il vient de dire en français.
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Aïe. Putain, celui-là par contre je me suis sacrément mangé. Merde. Bon, là, il se prend la totale, là. Voilà. Pourquoi, d'où ça me touche, ça? Allez, redonne-moi ma vie. Bah, t'es pas mort encore? Ah bah quand même.
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Je fais une brève pause, tout de suite. C'est parti.
Did the orcs do this too?
Ah merde, c'est pas ce que je voulais faire. J'avais pas le bon avec moi là. Mais il m'a touché.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose de l'autre côté? Non. Ah si, il y a un coffre, je le vois d'ici. Même s'il n'y a pas le truc blanc, ça va apparaître quand je m'approche, c'est ça? Ouais. Putain, faut avoir de bons yeux quand même. Bon, après 1600 guilds, on s'en balait que oui. Hein. On s'en balait qu'un petit peu. 2600 guilds. Alors, action spéciale de l'ennemi bord. Certains ennemis utilisent le sort de renforcement bravoure qui permet d'augmenter l'attaque d'un allié. Les blablabla. Ok. Vas-y, fais ça, toi, gars. Regarde. C'est ce qu'on va faire. Voilà. Vas-y, mets bravoure, gars. Bon, ok, bah on est à la salle du trône, très bien, et maintenant? Est-ce qu'on peut ouvrir l'autre porte? Non, l'autre porte n'était que dans mon imagination.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
Bravo, tu as de l'instinct. Aïe. Voilà, on a dégagé toutes les merdes. Ouch. Bon là il se fait rosser, ça devrait approcher les 30 000. Ouais, 25 000 seulement. Pourquoi il m'a touché là? Bien. Il y a quelqu'un? Ah, la fameuse table. Where did you go, my love? Bah voilà, où est-ce qu'il est parti?
The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Toggle.
À quoi ça sert l'ardeur de titan là? Équipement. Ah, tumulte. Ok. Bon, on s'en fout quoi. Tempête de foudre. Soupir d'Ifrit. Ouais, tout ça on s'en fout. Allez hop! Si je mettais autre chose que des selles de défense, je m'en sers jamais, tu me diras, mais quand même. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais mettre d'autre de mieux que ça? Celle de force? Augmente l'attaque. Tout ça, c'est des matériaux, on s'en fout tout ça. Hein. Œil de tempête, matériaux d'artisanat, on s'en fout, tout ça sert à rien. Bon, ok, on s'en fout.
Just what I needed.
Mais il m'a tapé, lui. Vas-y, mais dégage. Vous êtes trop nombreux, les gars. Voilà, va dedans, toi. Quoi ? Il y en a plein encore, hein? Ah ouais, il y en a plein encore. Ouais, ils ont plus beaucoup de vie, mais bon. Allez.
That better be the last of them.
Il est toujours là, hein?
I've missed you so much. Kuka!
Mais elle est là?
I swear to you, my love. We will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
Mais il pète un câble. Il voit carrément Ifrit, quoi. Ok, il se priming, ça veut dire il se transforme. Bah si.
Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Oh mais il a réussi à se transfo. Ah ouais, là, lui, il a réussi à se transformer en titan, mon gars. Ah oui, mais il a plus de main. Ah bah voilà. Bah je persiste à dire que ça manque les super coups avec le... une fois que t'es transformé quoi. Ah qu'est-ce que je fasse? Ça manque de... J'aurais voulu faire au moins des... Je sais pas, faire des trucs quoi. Cracher du feu, parce que là en gros j'ai que les attaques de base quoi. C'est comme si tu jouais avec ton perso, avec Clive, et puis tu lui enlèves toutes les magies, toutes les attaques un peu concentrées. Voilà, je peux faire ça. Elle a un bouclier.
But if you can do it, then so could I.
Ouah, on a appris. Ouais, c'est qu'en fait on n'avait pas appris les compétences en fait. Ok. Donc quand tu fais ça... Oh putain, la taille du truc. R2 carré, d'accord. Ah, il faut pas relâcher, ok. Pouah, ah bah voilà, c'est ça qui manquait quoi. Pouah, bah voilà. Oh, 713 000. On va approcher du million quoi. Il va devenir éthéré, donc il va s'énerver encore plus là. Oh les gars quoi. Bon. Ah ouais d'accord. Ah mais là on est dans Ashura Vras quoi. Ah la musique ça fait chelou là. Par contre c'est ouf. Ah, visuellement c'est vraiment ouf. Ok, ça arrive un peu vite là. Ça lui a rien fait. Tu m'étonnes. La taille du truc quoi. Ah, c'est bon? Oh! Oh! Merde, je me suis fait toucher. Je pensais qu'il fallait sauter, mais en fait, tu pouvais esquiver avec R1, quoi. Ah, je peux quand même grimper dessus, non? Oula. Ouf. Ah merde, je me suis fait toucher. Ah oui, en fait j'enlève 5000 avec ça et là ça va être 23 000. Ça n'a absolument rien à voir en termes de dégâts. Très bien. Destabilisation. C'est parti. Oh. Pouah. Oh, ça fait mal. C'est toujours pas les 700 000 que j'ai fait tout à l'heure, mais en même temps ça dure pas assez longtemps je pense. Oh là oh là. Ah, j'ai bien cru que j'arriverais pas à l'esquiver enfin. Ouais, j'aurais pas alors. Bon, c'est un peu long ce combat. Ah putain, mais je fais comment là? Ah oui, putain, il y a une zone, j'avais pas vu. Oh non. Attends, pète ça avant de se faire. Voilà. Oh, ça fait trop mal ça. Oh. Ok. Wouh! Esquive. Tu veux mettre toujours plus. Mais depuis quand il vole, il frite du coup? Il est en train de tomber, c'est ça? Oh oui, oh là là. C'est vrai qu'en fait je peux le contrer avec ça. Mais attends, c'est quoi son attaque là? Qu'est-ce que j'ai esquivé? Ah, j'arrive pas à le faire. Mais... Ouais, les trucs, je comprends pas quoi. Ah, what? Non, non, j'ai raté. Oh non, je pensais que ça allait... Bon, il a mangé de l'éther, il va se vénérer lui aussi là mon gars, t'es mal barré là. Alors l'autre il s'est carrément transformé, qu'est-ce qui va se passer là? Ok. C'est marrant. Ah ouais, là je l'ai pas raté. « 161 000. Ouais, il a battu. Oh, une épée, la classe.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears is we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Salut, salut.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
Oh.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
The death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Ok.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Et c'est Disney qui a fait ce jeu ou...
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah!
Désolé. Désolé les gens, désolé. Hop là. J'ai plus de batterie dans la manette. Tiens, je vais changer la manette. Je vais en profiter pour changer la manette. Alors. Hop. Allez.
Terence.
Yes, my prince.
We must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Ok. Eh ben on saura pas. En tout cas, pas maintenant.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Pourquoi ça monte et ça descend là? C'était quoi ce délire là? Y a rien de neuf, à part des monstres encore.
Gav told me the gentleman who visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle. I did think there was a resemblance. Something in the eyes.
We're seeing troops on our side.
Ok, voilà, il y en a plein là. Ok, alors attends, celui-là. République de Dalmétie. Attends, ça me fait plein de photos à prendre là. Alors, 1, 2, 3. Et le 4e. Ok. Allez.
Clive, you're back.
I'm back.
And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
C'est tout?
It's good to have you back. I was worried.
Ah oui, tu m'étonnes. Je suis parti faire petit temps tout seul, quoi. Bon, ok. Toujours rien. Toujours rien.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Ok. Ah, mais si, ça y est. Il y a de la nouveauté.
Ah, Clive. Have you... No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. Big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true.
Good. Starting to get a crick a minute. And what can I do for you? It's a relief. Thank you, Clive. Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive. I was hoping you'd be back soon.
Blackthorn.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that Hugo...
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then.
Au hasard, 5 ans.
Beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Non, non, mais il part pas, il a des nouveaux.
Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I got ya. To a bloody riddance. Mine included. So, what'll it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Mais putain, je l'ai fabriqué, mais non, je voulais la renforcer, je suis trop con, sérieux, quoi.
My best work, but it'll do.
C'est quoi ça, des diamantines? Fémur de dragon blanc. D'accord. C'est bien ça. Ah bah je peux pas. Celui-là je peux pas non plus. Bah oui. Ça faut chasser. Ok.
Got it. Fine.
It's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Ah. Ça fait 3h30 qu'on joue. J'étais en train de dire avant que je me... Je commence à être fatigué. Je vais m'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui, en tout cas pour cet après-midi. Et puis on verra si je rejoue ce soir ou si je fais autre chose. Salut, à la prochaine. Tchuss.